Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. It is Sunday, and guess what, y'all? Training camp starts this week, Wednesday, Thursday. Cowboys head off to Oxnard, and hey, I'm still going to be at home, still be working. But I'm definitely going to be watching it via the Dallas Cowboys, but too bad I can't go this year, but it is what it is. On that work grind, got to get it in. So, since we're talking about training camp and this upcoming season, which I know all you guys are excited about, because I know I am too. You know, I read the comments, I hear different things saying different things, not only on my channel, but, you know, in other sources and things of that nature. And, you know, it's funny because our fan base is so split right now. Everybody is, people are thinking one thing, people are thinking this way, people are thinking that way. I mean, and that's with anything in life. Like I said before, everybody has opinions. We all think differently, which is awesome, because if that wasn't the case, we all be robots, right? So it's good that everybody has their own perception and way of thinking. As a YouTuber, as a vlogger, this is what we do. You know, we tell you how we feel about things, and also with me, I like to look at things from a broader spectrum. I don't just look at things just one-sided. I like to look at things from all angles. And I've said before too, when I'm a type person that, like, when something comes out, especially when it's negative about the team or anything like that, or a player, especially when it deals with their character or anything like that, I don't prejudge until I know all the facts. Just like with that whole Ezekiel Elliott thing that went down. You don't know what happened. You know what I mean? Because there's so many different people saying so many different things, and at this point, you know, I believe he was innocent, but that's neither here nor there. But you know, you never know what the issue is, but we know that the league has a vendetta against the Cowboys. Everybody hates the Cowboys. So when it comes to our team, our players, our staff, anything that comes with the Cowboys, you know that it's going to be scrutinized. That's just the way it is, and that's the bad part about being America's team, is the simple fact that you're always out there in the public eye, no matter what. TMZ following you, everybody wants to know what's going on with these players. Now, I know there's a lot of people a little leery about this team going forward and some of the pieces that we lost, and wondering how we're going to move forward with a team. So right now I'm doing a little bit of food prep for dinner later, and just doing some Sunday cleaning the house, and, you know, just doing different things like that. But I am, you guys already know, I've already talked about how I feel about this team going forward, and I'm actually optimistic about what we have going on. My clothes are ready in the washing machine. I'm optimistic about what we have going on right now, and I think that going forward, we actually can be a better team. A lot of people look and see what we lost and like, well, how can the Cowboys be better this year? Well, look at it like this. If we played our cards right with what we have going on right now, we can definitely be less predictable. That is one thing that that was a negative last year, that we were too predictable. Teams knew what we were going to do, when we were going to do, and how we were going to do it. And that was not a good thing. Now, we have some added pieces to this team that can definitely help out. I believe that, you know, I'm not a person that grades the draft right off the bat like some people do, because you can't grade a draft when the players haven't even played in the league yet. They haven't even played a snap. Like, I know you guys heard about the Saquon Barkley thing, and they kept saying that he's going to be like one of the best running backs in the league right now. No doubt that the boy has talent, but I'm not going to sit here and say that he's better than certain people, and he hasn't even played in the league yet. You're talking about, you're trying to put him against people that's been in the league? No, you can't do that yet. And like I said, again, he plays for the Giants, so that's that. He's not going to be as good. He's only going to be as good as his offensive line allows him to be. If they block for him, then he'll be fine. But that's neither here nor there. I don't care, because that's their team. But I will say, as far as the Cowboys go, Ezekiel Elliott is going to run wild this year. Our running back position is going to be all right. Rod Smith is going to come back to form. You know, we still got Ezekiel Elliott, and I know those of you that are Alabama fans, you guys love your Bo Scarborough. I want to see what he can do. I'm not going to really say much about him as far as what he can do until I actually see something, because I didn't really pay attention to him when he was in college. And you know, he wasn't the starting running back there either. So, you know, he was more of a special teams guy and change up type of back. But definitely with his strength and the way that he runs, we could definitely use him. But again, this coaching staff is going to have a hard time selecting who they want on this team, because there's only 53 spots. And then when you go to game day, you got to drop that down to 47 and make some people inactive. So this decision's not going to be easy. And I'm loving the talent that we have. This defensive line, we got a lot of guys in here right now. And somebody's going to be the odd man out. I think that this defensive line is going to be much better this year. I think that they're going to be feasting on quarterbacks this year, because we're playing against some good teams this year, like Seattle Seahawks and things of that nature. So, I mean, I just look at what we got going on, and I think that I think we're going to be fine. I think that we'll get back to 2014 form, and also to the form when Dak Prescott's rookie year. I think that Dak's going to be better because he's been working on his mechanics, and he knows. He's not a dumb quarterback. He knows what he needs to get better on. He knows he needs to get better on his mechanics. He knows he needs to get better with his footwork. He knows he needs to get better with his reads. But, again, I was going back and looking at games from his rookie year. And one of his strengths is, a lot of people keep saying that, do the Cowboys, the ongoing question is right now is, do the Cowboys need a number one wide receiver? I don't think so. Because, like I said, with the quarterback that we have right now, he works better with a group by committee. Player by committee works best for him because, you know, when he's running his RPOs, he can definitely read the field and see what he has going on. Now, you look at the games that, and I'm not, you know, sorry for keep bringing him up, but when Dez Bryant was on the team, the games that he was out, Dak Prescott played his best games. And you can look at the games from that season to tell you everything that you need to know. That when he distributes the ball to different people, he's more successful because he's able to sit in the pocket and look at his reads and look downfield and see who is open, rather than getting your number one receiver because you know that that's the number one guy. You know that he needs to get the ball instead of trying to force it into him all the time. So I think that, and I had a couple of comments from some guys on the channel about basically saying that they don't. Some of you guys are down on this wide receiver core right now. Well, I'll tell you one thing, I'm not. Now, granted, it's going to be much different, and I understand your pause because of the simple fact that it's very different. Yes, it is. I mean, the only two people that's still on the roster from last year, three. You got Noah Brown still here, Terrence Williams, and Cole Beasley. But again, the whole wide receiver core is different. Now, with the emergence of Sanjay Law, the wide receivers coach, I think that that's a good thing for these young guys too, because he's big on technique. But these guys have the talent. And we got speed now. Now, if Deontay Thompson makes this team as a receiver, you got that threat with him. I look at him as a better Bryce Butler. And you remember the games that Dak played his rookie year, Bryce Butler stepped up because he got more opportunities. Now, Bryce Butler is what Bryce Butler is. But I actually liked him when he was on the team because, you know, when Dak needed him to be where he needed to be downfield to get that 20-yard pass, a 15-yard pass, he was there. But I look at what we have with Deontay Thompson, I look at him as a better Bryce Butler. Now, a lot of you guys don't like Terrence Williams for whatever reason. Now, granted, he does make knucklehead plays, but with every knucklehead play, he comes back and makes great plays. Now, even when he don't have the ball in his hand, Terrence Williams has always been a great blocker in both the pass and run game. When he gets the ball, he has been clutch in situations. Yes, granted, he is a body catcher, but that's just the way he plays. You're not going to change Terrence Williams. That's just the way he is. He's not a number one receiver. He will never be a number one receiver, but he's a great complement. And complement is what we need right now because you need that player to step up. Cole Beasley is still Cole Beasley. He's still a great slot guy. And, you know, that underneath coverage, you know, when they can't see him on that field running those slot routes, I mean, he's going to be open because they're still going to be worried about Allen Hurns. Allen Hurns is... He was able... The thing about Allen Hurns is he was able to do things when he was with the Jaguars with a quarterback that... I mean, Blake Bortles is not a great quarterback. And you got to understand that if you go back and look at some of those Jaguar tapes, you will see that he caught the ball in instances that the ball wasn't even there. Like, normal receivers wouldn't even have caught that. It was a lot of times where he had to cut his route short. He had to come back, get the ball, and then still get more yardage running. And he was able to do that. And I've seen that in multiple games. Now, technique. And I say this all the time, technique. If you have technique, that's half the battle. If you're a great route runner, that's half the battle. You know what I mean? But it transitions you to a place where you can be called upon. The quarterback looks at you to be in a spot, and if you're there consistently, then she always barking. But if you're there consistently, then that's what it is. Hush, Coco. So I look at it like this: Michael Gallup, our third round draft pick. I'm very high on him too. This boy high points the ball. He has high confidence in himself, and that's the thing. When you're confident coming into this game, especially I mean, it's got to be scary coming into the NFL, no matter where you played at prior to that, because the NFL is definitely a different monster. You know what I mean? Because you're playing against people that most of them are better than you anyway. I mean, they're either on your level or they're better. You know, it's not like in college where you're playing against people that you're going to run over all day because they're smaller than you and they're not as good as you. So I just look at it like this. I think that, again, it's his rookie year, so I don't think Michael Gallup's going to be a world beater right now, but I think in the next couple of years, he can definitely be that replacement for Dez Bryant. Not necessarily this year, but I'm just talking about for the future, because he definitely has the tenacity and he has the skills to be that guy that we need to complement Dak. With him, Allen Hurns, Deontay Thompson. If Deontay Thompson is actually on this team, I don't know who's going to make the roster. And let's not forget about Cedric Wilson. So Cedric, it's been a lot of praise about him too, about his poise and everything, being a wide receiver and being smooth with his route running as well. So, I mean, we definitely have talent there. Now, I don't want you guys to look at this wide receiver core and be like, oh my God, what are we going to do? They're going to put 8 men in the box, and we're not going to be able to do anything with the receiver core. That's fine. If they put 8 men in the box, that's fine. If they want to do that, you still got Tavon Austin in the flat. You still can throw the ball somewhere else. Go ahead and underestimate these guys. Dak will throw that ball. You remember that game? I forget what game that was. I think it was against the Giants. It was against the Giants. With Rod Smith, he threw a sluggo route to. It was a short slant to Rod Smith. Rod Smith took it to the house. Keep throwing them. Go ahead and put 8 men in the box. Dak gonna do that every time. He gonna see that guy. He's gonna run that quick hitch, and he gonna throw that ball, and he's gonna run for the touchdown every time. So they can go ahead and they can underestimate this wide receiver core if they want to, because Dez is not here. I get it. Yes, they're not better than Dez was. They're not as dynamic as Dez was, but their attitude is better, and they're definitely more better team players than what Dez was. And I look at it like this. These guys are here to win. They don't care about none of that. You look at the fact that they're practicing and working their asses off right now in the offseason together as a unit. They're going to Florida. They're at the practice facility. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're having fun together. They're on boats. They're getting to know each other. Tavon Austin came to this team from the Rams, and he literally jumped right in. It was almost like he's already been with the team for years. He jumped right in. He got in tune with Dak. He got in tune with the receivers. Got in tune with the running backs. Because again, it is imperative that these players have that cohesion, because if they don't, it's going to be a lot of fights on the field, and then you're going to have a split locker room, and that's what you do not want, is a split locker room, especially when you have a lot of rookies around. This is a young team right now, so it's key for the Cowboys right now, and it's beneficial for them to have all these players come in right now and get in tune with each other. That way, when the season starts, there's no issues when it comes to the chemistry and things of that nature. So that's how I look at that. So you guys that are down about this receiver core, don't be down about it, because I'm telling you right now, even if it's rocky in the beginning, even if training camp starts off a little like, okay, you're like, okay, now I'm going to worry. Don't worry too much, because, again, running a system like that takes time. And I believe that they're going to get it together. And I think they're going to be much better this season than what all these commentators and analysts and stuff are saying, talking about they're not going to do anything and they're going to be worse than they were. I've heard people projected the Cowboys are only going to win 7 games, and I'm like, that's asinine. Like, I just don't understand. They're talking about that we're going to be basement dwellers, and I'm like, so you think the Redskins are going to beat us? I believe that Dak Prescott is actually undefeated against those Redskins right now since he's been in the league. I don't think that they're not giving him his shine at all. They're just, I mean, it's funny. I love it. Keep the hate, y'all. Keep it. I love it. Because every time they count the Cowboys out, what do? They come back the next season and they dominate. Ezekiel Elliott is going to eat all day. These receivers are going to catch balls. Individual stats, right? So you look at it like this. Of course, the individual stats are going to be lower because you're probably not going to have a 1,000-yard receiver. But what you're going to have is you're going to have a group of guys that all contribute. And to be honest with you, I'd rather that more than anything. That, to me, that I would rather that when you have a full body of work that's meshing together and doing their thing. Now, we have about, let's see, when preseason comes and we start playing these preseason games and we actually start playing football, I think that's when people are going to start being on alert and start paying more attention. Because right now it's more of like hearsay. Everybody has their opinions on different things and nobody knows who's going to be right. You don't know. But again, I'm not one to underestimate. When I see promise, I kind of stick to the promise, because if I see something that can be potentially good, I kind of bet my chances more on the chance more than everybody speculating that it's not going to be what it is. Because, again, I think that the team will actually do a little better this year. But I'm happy about that. So, you guys, let me know what you think. I'm also looking at these DBs too, because with Byron Jones moving back to corner and seeing these young guys continuing to get better, Xavier Woods, Chidobe Awuzie, Jordan Lewis, my frat brother Kayvon. Like, I just look at these guys and they are hungry right now. I'm watching their Twitter. These guys are out here working out and exercising. Actually, I'm getting ready to do the same because I'm about to go work with one of my frat brothers, which is a trainer. I'm about to go run with him and do some cardio and some weightlifting and stuff. So, yeah. So, I just wanted to chat with y'all for a minute while I was around here doing housework. So, y'all, like, share, comment. Thanks again to all my subscribers. I appreciate you guys. You guys have been awesome through my my maturation with my YouTube channel. And I appreciate y'all being patient with me because, like I said, I'm raw. I'm real raw. I give it to y'all straight up. That's the only way I know, because E2 Blue always keeps it real. So with that being said, y'all, thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. This season is going to be great. It's going to be a lot of content that I'm going to be putting out for the season. And I'm working on doing a big live stream for my birthday, because we're actually going to do a big party here. You know, Mark Holmes not going to be here because he's going to be in California. Lucky him. But DMV Dallas Cowboys will be in the house, and he will be my host for the live stream. So I still got to get things together with him with that. But I may have some other people, like some other Cowboy fans that I'm cool with, that are going to be here. So we're going to be doing some Q&As and get you guys interactive with that. So hopefully you guys will pay attention to that and get in tune with me. So should been your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. I'll holler at y'all soon. Y'all have a nice day.